we are doing this workshop, A Path to 100 ASINs,
Yes.
the 2 days before the Proven Conference this year. And we like to say, use a 3-step check
And a 4-week test
to build a 5-figure business
in 6 months or less
if
you're consistent, right?
So what is the significance of 100 ASINs, 5 figures, 6 months?
All right. Well,
We
let's
thought
talk
we'd
about
dive into that and explore why those things, why do we reference those numbers, those data points as being significant?
Okay.
So let's talk about $10,000 a month in sales, or
That's
5 figures a month.
figures,
It's a
right.
5-figure a month business, right? Why is this significant?
Well, $10,000 a month is $120,000 a year in sales. That's not nothing. That's a 6-figure annual sales business. And if you double that, that's $250,000.
Yeah.
I mean, just a little bit more than double.
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically $250,000 business if you double it.
It's nothing.
It is not
nothing.
Well, $120,000 a year is not nothing. I mean,
No.
a 6-figure a year business. Let's just do the math on this real quick. You're
That's
making
significant.
it demonstrates a level of competency,
Yes.
okay, to yourself and to Amazon, like we were talking about
Obviously,
before.
to Amazon as well.
And it starts to demonstrate a level of profitability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you were doing 20% margins, and we hear people on the podcast, they're averaging anywhere between 15 and 20% margins. Okay. Your mileage may vary, especially in the early days, but if you're at that,
as you outsource, you may take a little less because you don't have to touch it.
20 points of margin on $120,000 a year is like $24,000 a year in profit.
Oh.
That's not
nothing,
right?
Not at all.
That's like $2,000 a month.
Yeah, that's a car.
That's, well, before recent inflation, that could be house payment money. It's certainly a car payment money, right?
That's true. A couple of car payments.
Car payment money, right?
Yeah.
So to get to $120K a year in sales at 20% margins, yes, this is great. This is what we love. You are demonstrating to yourself, to Amazon, this is doable.
I think that's very important. I'm glad you said that, because for me, it was very important to, once I believed it, I demonstrated to myself I can do this, then I was able to move forward much easier. That it took a lot of the fear and uncertainty and doubt out of it, and I was able to confidently move forward. I had to convince myself.
Yeah.
Right. And most people do. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, yeah. That's usually step one. Wait, okay, I want to do this. Wait, I can't do this. Okay, I'm doing this.
Yes. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
But I also like to say that getting to $10,000 a month in sales, or 5 figures a month, is essentially base camp 1.
Right.
Okay. If we were going hiking, K2, or a mountain that has base camps on it.
Yeah.
Base
like
camp,
you do.
Yeah.
Obviously, we are doing that all the time.
You're typically not doing your you're not doing when you get to the top of the mountain, that push that gets, it's called summiting. You're not going to attempt to summit from the base of the mountain.
Right.
You're going to attempt to summit from base camp 1 or base camp 2, depending on how big the mountain is.
So why do we have the base camp 1? Why wouldn't we just climb until we get to the top?
Well, because it's maybe not doable. Right. We want to get to base camp 1. We need to make sure that, our shoes aren't giving us blisters, that our goggles are right,
make sure our equipment's working right.
Everything is working right. We're outfitted to take on the next stage.
Right.
And not only are we outfitted, but now we've got the confidence.
We're acclimating ourselves to the altitude and the weather conditions, and
it gets you this level of experience.
Yeah.
That makes summiting easier. Okay. In the Amazon business, it's your next venture. Easier.
And it gives you a little bit of a breather to take the next step
Catch your breath.
forward.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So it also makes your next steps in the Amazon business easier. If you want to jump into Amazon and do private label from 0 to private label, that can be an extremely challenging.
A lot of challenges with that.
Right. It can be challenging to go 0 to wholesale too. It can be done. It's much easier to go 0 to 5 figures in replens.
Build that foundation at that low risk,
built.
That quick turn.
Once you understand the beast and the process, and you've got some relationship established.
Testing what you can do and what you can't do, what your abilities are.
Then wholesale, then private label, then branded bundles, then whatever.
It's a jumping off point.
Easier to achieve. Yeah.
Yes. Agreed. Okay. Agreed.